South Africa-born billionaire, dude who is building the internet in space, meme lord and promoter of Ponzi schemes like Dogecoin, Elon Musk has done what he has been saying for a few weeks now. He has done a hostile takeover of Twitter for $44 billion. Yes, he bought the microblogging hellsite and is now planning to change things. There is a lot of speculation around what he might do next. Twitter has about 200 million users across the world. They are still far behind humanoid Zuckerberg's Meta with its ridiculous 3.6 billion users across Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp. But Twitter should not be casually dismissed. You see, Twitter was designed to be a place for breaking news. It was about people becoming broadcasters by giving short bursts of information. The more people talk about the subject, the more likely it would trend and become part of the mainstream news. Our TV folks are obsessed with Twitter too. They hold entire debates on primetime based on what people are saying on Twitter. So even if Twitter has less users, it is still the place for influential politicians and newsmakers to be present and active. But there is a problem. While Meta's ad-based business is doing well, Twitter has not been very profitable. It went public in 2013 and has lost over $200 billion since. In September last year, Twitter settled an $8 million lawsuit causing a massive loss to the company. The lawsuit alleged that Twitter has been inflating numbers to show performance. Soon after that, founder CEO Jack Dorsey stepped down and passed the hellsite to CTO Parag Agrawal. Fast forward to this week and now Parag will be working with a new owner going forward, Elon Musk. What is going to happen next? Before we start, do check out this explainer by my colleague Shivangi, which will give you a saransh on what drama has been unfolding in the past 2 weeks. Mota, Elon bought majority stake in Twitter, was offered a board seat, then he rejected the board seat, then management led by Parag Bhai tried to scuttle the deal by using a poison pill. Didn't work out and now Twitter is owned by meme lord Elon Musk. Right. Speaking about the future, Elon Musk has been leaving hints about what he wants to change on Twitter. Based on those, here are the 5 things you might see changing in the microblogging hell site. Number 1. Elon has super emphatically said that he would get rid of all the bot armies. If you have been a Twitter user for a while, you might have noticed how marketing companies spam the website with copy-paste tweets to make something trend. As I record this, Jindal Group has taken to Twitter to announce that it is going to enter the electric vehicles market in India. So, it has probably asked some marketing company to spam Twitter with the same sentence in their tweet. And it is trending. We have seen how political parties use this as well. People like Kapil Mishra have formed Telegram groups to coordinate spamming on Twitter. They provide a document with links that automatically enter tweet text as draft. Then all you need to do is sign in from your many accounts and click tweet. Spammed. Even crypto bros are known to use this technique to pump up the price of their coin. Just like Elon did with Dogecoin. So, removing spam bots would be a good thing for the platform. It would hopefully improve the quality of discourse. And finally, #make trending topics great again. Moving on to number 2. Elon Musk has said that Twitter is like a global town square, so it needs to be regulated accordingly. He has said that he's going to open source the entire Twitter algorithm. This is actually huge if he really does it. Think about it this way. If you go on Twitter right now and you have your timeline set to home instead of latest, it will let an algorithm decide which tweets are important for you to see and which aren't. Latest is when tweets appear chronologically, bypassing the algorithm more or less. But we don't know if that happens. Right now, an algorithm is deciding what you should see on Twitter, but you don't know how that decision is made. It wants you to see things you like and engage with. This is so that you spend more time on the hell site and consume more ads. Meta's entire business model is based on this, and so is Twitter's. Open sourcing the code would let people who understand code tell us how the algorithm makes its decisions and even suggest changes to it. During a TED interview session, Elon said that he would hand over control of the algorithm to a community of moderators. So the public at large would be in charge of how this town square functions. Essentially, what I imagine is that it would be like Wikipedia. But that's just speculation. Number 3, authenticating all the humans. This is tied in with the spam bot thing, but it's really unclear what he really means by this. Billionaires tend to just say shit and expect peasants like us to obsess over it trying to find meaning. And Elon does this a lot. Moving on. What authenticating all humans might mean is changing the blue tick verification system. Maybe, just maybe, Twitter will now give out more verified blue ticks to people who prove they are human. How will they do that? Who knows these things? But I sincerely hope that this doesn't mean that anonymous handles would disappear. Because other than spammers, there are some anonymous handles that are posting some quality memes and even whistleblowing against governments to expose corruption. Okay, number 4, adding the infamous edit button to Twitter. For years, a section of users on Twitter have been demanding that there should be an edit button that allows them to make changes to their tweets after they are posted. Elon held a poll asking people if this should happen, and 73% said yes instead of on. CEO Parag Agrawal said the consequences of these polls would be important. So it seems like an edit button is coming soon, but there are some concerns. What if I tweet something like I love Sonu Sood and get 1,000 retweets because it's Sonu Sood? Then I use the edit button and change it sneakily to I love Kangana Ranaut the next day. Boom! Information manipulated to make it appear popular even when it isn't. Marketing payment from Kangana confirmed. That is a problem. At the TED event, Elon spoke about this and said that there would probably be a timer attached to each tweet. So it can only be changed for a duration of say 5 minutes, and it would come with an edit log which would let people see what edits were made. That would be interesting to see, but I feel like screenshot Twitter will find ways around it anyway. Let's see. And finally, the big one, number 5. Absolute total free speech. Elon Musk taking over Twitter has polarized people into two camps based on what Musk stands for. Elon is a believer in absolute free speech and very less moderation. He is not happy ever since the SEC made him delete a series of tweets, which he has taken as a confrontational act and an attempt to meddle with his personal company affairs. So what does he do? Well, he buys Twitter because he can. Elon wants him and others to say whatever they want in this town square of the world without consequences. At the TED event, he speculated that there would be minimal moderation on Twitter, which is only limited to things like sharing child porn and violent content. He insisted that the community at large should decide what should and should not be on the website. Plus, he also said that there should be public records stating solid reasons why accounts are suspended or tweets are removed. This would be quite game-changing. For one, it might mean that Donald Trump and Kangana Ranaut might return to the platform to spew insightful garbage again. It also means that arbitrary suspensions based on government requests might be put to a stop. Or at least, there would be a record which anyone can see about why the government asked Twitter to remove any piece of content. The free speech debate is a tricky one. Right now, what should and should not go on a platform is largely controlled by the platform itself. What would be ideal is to have a system where community moderation actually happens. But then, we don't live in an ideal world, and 4chan is a thing. There are other things to talk about, especially regarding how Twitter, the company, functions. How would Twitter earn money if there is no algorithm to push ads? How will Twitter survive if it doesn't earn money? Will Parag Agrawal, the pride of WhatsApp University, survive this churn and continue being CEO? Will Elon turn the Twitter headquarters into a dharamshala? Will Modi ji lose 60% of his followers after the bot purge? Will my blue tick be removed tomorrow? Are you removing my blue tick, Elon? Are you? Don't you dare. Best of luck, Librandus. Haha. One thing is worth underlining though. Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet, and he literally just bought a website that affects conversations across the world. Billionaires use their endless resources to buy the media in order to control these conversations and tilt them in their favor. This is not about whether Twitter will make money or not. It is about controlling conversations. That is something we should all be wary of. And we should all support subscription-based public-funded media, by the way. If Twitter goes in that direction too, you know News Laundry has been on the right track all along. Subscribe and pay to keep news free. Anyway, only time will tell what is coming next. I'm personally equal amounts excited and worried to see how the platform will change. One thing I'm looking forward to is getting rid of this justice for SSR bots and Arnab stans, which are on the hellsite. Kapil Mishra's Hindu ecosystem losing relevance would also be nice. Only time will tell. See you in the next video.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free, और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें.